Hello students, till now we have discussed up to the plasma membrane. Today we are going to study about the cell wall. As of now, we all know that cell membrane is the outermost covering in the animal cell, whereas in the plant cell an additional layer is present, that is the cell wall. We can find the cell wall in fungi also. Many protists and bacteria also have cell wall. So we are going to study about cell wall today, and cell wall is present outer to the plasma membrane. Okay. So let's know about cell wall. Cell wall is a non-living rigid structure. Cell wall is a non-living structure. You must remember that cell wall is a non-living structure and it is hard in nature. So cell wall is a non-living rigid structure. It gives, due to its hard nature, it protects like a wall. That's why the name wall is present in its name itself. So it gives shape to the cell and it protects the cell from mechanical damage and infection. Due to its hard nature, it protects the cell, it gives the cell a shape and protects it from any kind of infection and from mechanical damage. Mechanical damage means from any kind of injury or pressure. Okay? It helps in cell to cell interaction. You must remember this point. Okay? Cell wall helps in cell to cell interaction. Now we are going to see how cell wall plays a role in cell to cell interaction. Okay, and it provides a barrier to undesirable macromolecules due to its rigid nature. Okay, it acts as a barrier to the undesirable macromolecules. Algae have cell wall. So algae also falls under the plant kingdom and it also has cell wall. So it is made up of, the cell wall in algae is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and minerals like calcium carbonate. You must remember it because it is a very important question. Okay, for NEET. In the algae, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and a mineral like calcium carbonate. In other plants, whereas in other plants, okay, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectins and proteins. This composition you must remember, the composition of cell wall in the algal cell and in the other plants. So there are two in the cell wall, primary wall and secondary wall. Let's see. So primary wall, it is capable of growth, means it helps the cell to grow. If the cell wall is completely hard, okay, it will not enable the cell to get stretched, right? So the primary cell wall is capable of growth and is seen in meristematic cells, whereas in permanent cells you may find the secondary wall. Secondary wall is formed on the inner side of the cell. What does it mean? We'll look it through a diagram. Okay. So we are going to see two cells. For example, cell A and cell B. Okay. In between the two cells, there is a layer. This layer is called as middle lamella. And it is mainly made up of calcium pectate. So it may be given what is mainly present in middle lamella. So the option may not be it is given that calcium pectate. Pectin is also given in the option. Pectin may also be asked. So you must remember that middle lamella mainly consists of calcium pectate. So we are seeing two cells, cell A and cell B. It is the middle lamella which joins the two cells. Okay. Then after the middle lamella, another layer is present on both sides. It is the primary cell wall, which we have discussed now that it is capable of growth. As the cell is about to mature, another layer gets added, that is the secondary cell wall. Okay, this one is the secondary cell wall. We are talking about two cells. Tertiary cell wall layer might also present. Okay, let's see. This is one cell. This is another cell. Both cells are joined by middle lamellum. Inner to the primary layer and the secondary layer present the plasma membrane. This is our plasma membrane. Okay. Then how in the first line we have studied that cell wall helps in cell to cell interaction. How cell to cell interaction is possible if the walls are present like this? So there is a connection between them which is called as plasmodesmata. Okay. So let's see how plasmodesmata is present. The two cells are traversed by plasmodesmata. The cell wall is not is rigid in nature, but it is not complete. It has some pores in it. Okay, these pores helps the cell to connect to another cell, adjacent cell. So these regions, this attachment between the two cells which connects the cytoplasm of both the cells. Here lies the cytoplasm of the cells. So a continuous we can see the cytoplasm is passing from one cell to the another cell. There is a continuous channel. A continuous channel is present. This is called as plasmodesmata. So plasmodesmata makes the cell to cell interaction possible. It traverses the So in this diagram we can clearly see that the cell wall, this is the cell wall, and the middle lamella is traversed by plasmodesmata which is connecting the cytoplasm of the adjacent cells. So I think we have completed each and every point about the cell wall which is given in the NCERT. Now let's recap some important points which we have discussed today. Primary wall diminishes as the cell matures, as the cell reaches its maturity. Secondary wall starts to develop and the primary wall starts to diminish. Please remember it. Primary wall starts to diminish. Next, secondary wall layer. Okay, the secondary wall forms towards the inner side, towards the membrane side of the cell, not towards the wall side of the cell, not towards the middle lamella. So if it is the, here you can see, but I'll explain it to you. If it is the middle lamella, it is the primary cell wall layer. Here is plasma membrane is there here. Okay. So secondary cell wall formation doesn't take place in this way. Here no new layer is formed. Secondary layer formation takes place towards the membrane side of the cell. So if it is the middle lamella, it is the primary layer of the cell wall, this is the secondary layer, and this is the plasma membrane. So the formation of secondary layer takes place towards the membrane side of the cell. Do remember it. And middle lamella, it glues two adjacent cells and it is mainly made up of calcium pectate. Okay, then and the cell wall and middle lamella are traversed by plasmodesmata, and plasmodesmata, it connects the cytoplasm of two adjacent cells. In the next video lecture we will discuss about the endomembrane.